Can we keep all of this?
Keep all what?
I don't know.
I just started.
Or did you? That's what she said. You just started.
Why do you always say all the funniest shit for sports?
Okay.
That was a good one.
You just started.
I hate you.
Okay. How to turn professional, guys. Wait, I gotta show the next little watch. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Professionals always have a watch on.
That is true.
Dun 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 dun.
Bro, this is gonna be a good show, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Cause I'm feeling good.
Okay.
How you feeling, baby?
I'm feeling amazing.
You
Amazing.
feeling amazing.
Yes. It took a little while to get here, but feeling good. Feeling
We
good.
here and we not. I mean, I'm sorry.
I just...
You just what?
How you doing, bro?
I am good. How are you?
I'm doing really good, too. Okay.
My man. As long as it's a good day, we gonna feel good. We gonna do good. It's gonna be a good show.
Yes, it's going to be a great show. But welcome, everybody. How's everything going? Thank you guys for joining us for the 13th episode of Sports from All Angles. This is the show where the Rhinos Aliens crew comes together and talks about the most fascinating and important news for sports for the previous week. And today we have a little bit of everything, so we hope to
entertain you with these entertainment of sports.
Yes. And Danielle, bro, because we have a little bit of hockey, we have some basketball, we have some baseball, we even have some tennis. Where you want to start, or you just want to?
Since we never actually talk about tennis, let's talk about some tennis.
Okay, I'm glad you said this, bro. Okay, so everybody knows I'm a big supporter of tennis, and today, as of recording, Roger Federer beat Rafa Nadal in the Shanghai Masters. And the reason why this is so important, this is his 6th title for the year, and he's 36.
36.
And 36 in tennis is basically like a 50-year-old boxer or a 44-year-old football quarterback. So what he's doing is incredible. And, bro, this is the 5th straight time he's beaten Rafa Nadal, who is his nemesis. This is basically like a Tom Brady, Peyton Manning thing, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, even though...
Or Ash and Gary.
Yes, Ash and... Yeah, that's... Okay, so... Yeah, it's been this type of day. And I just
Goku. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I just wanted to point out this is now his 6th title for the year, his 27th Masters 1000, which is the top of the top events. Like, these are the events that people qualify as the most important and where you bring in the most amount of money. So he's up there. And then the most important thing, this is his 94th total title, and he is now tied for 2nd all-time in tennis history.
Nice.
So that's right there. And Roger Federer, man, I just hope we can say we're that late into any career and we're still loving the game, no matter what we're doing. And that's all that matters. Do something you love, and it's not a freaking job.
It's gonna be this.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna be doing this.
Okay.
50 years old. All right, guys.
Bro, honestly, I would not mind that. I would love that.
50 years old. Like, well,
Okay, hopefully we don't sound that old. Hopefully we're 50 looking 30, but...
Yeah.
So...
Gonna get lean and mean and quick kid of cuisine.
Yo, was it last week when we brought up the NHL and we were just like goofing around?
I think so.
Okay, so this week, surprise, surprise, back-to-back weeks, we're going to talk about the NHL. And like we said last week, we're going to just bring up some interesting facts. 2 things.
2.
The NHL has a new hockey team called the Las Vegas Golden Knights.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, congrats, Las Vegas.
Yeah, and
Golden Knights. I like that name.
The thing that's so important is that not only are they 3-1, they're the first NHL expansion team to start 3-1. And they're the first to actually start 3-0. And the reason why it's so important, their first home game, they won after the whole Las Vegas shooting incident. So Yeah, so just wanted to show some love to them. That's always impressive because normally an expansion team sucks balls when they first start.
Is it possible to, wait, never mind. We already have the Sabres.
Oh, you're gonna say Buffalo gets
Yep.
that says it right there. We're not big hockey fans. And by the way, the Sabres just signed their rookie from last year to a big extension. So
Pretty good. Hopefully he does great.
yeah, but we have not been good for a while. So that's never.
Nothing from Buffalo works.
Yeah.
Not even the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
Wait, did they win? Did they win today? Did they play today?
I
I was at work. Sorry, guys.
I don't think so, bro. But
Yeah, to continue on.
and then another thing from the NHL guys is that Alex Ovechkin, he's the superstar of the league behind Crosby. He is just the third player to get 8 goals in the first 4 games, and through the first 5 games, he has 9 total. So 9 over 5 games, he's averaging basically 2 goals a game, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
It's like God. And for his career, he has 114 multi-goal games, which is incredible. And this is an interesting fact. He entered the league in 2005.
Mm-hmm.
He has the most multi-goal games since 1994. He's only been in the league since 2005. So that shows when he scores in bunches. So he is talented from the offensive end. And that's our NHL news. But now we're going to take a little dive into the NBA. It's still preseason. The regular season is actually kicking off in
I think next week.
Yeah,
Tuesday.
So in 2 days.
Wait, this week?
Yeah, it's this week.
Yeah, it's this week.
So in 2 days, and we just wanted to go through 2 things that caught our eye. First is the All-Star game, and then secondly is the potential postseason reformatting. And Daniel, how do you feel about the All-Star game first and foremost?
Well, guys, just to let you guys know, the All-Star game is actually going to be 2 captains, and they're going to pick off of everybody they want on their team. So it's going to be like a regular street pickup game, guys. So it's going to be like, hey, you're LeBron, go ahead, pick your team. Steph Curry, go ahead, pick your team. So it's no East and West anymore, and I feel like this could work out because, it'll probably be it probably will be new All-Star players, maybe. Never really know because, LeBron might pick, J.R. Smith or something. So you never really know.
If they're voted on.
Well, yeah. It depends on how they pick the captains or whatever. I guess it's going off of votes, right?
Yeah. Whoever has the 2 top votes are going to be the 2 captains, and then it's like a pickup game. It's going to go in descending order of the rest of the All-Stars.
Oh, okay. So it might be LeBron or not. Never know. But
it would be shocking if it's not LeBron and then Curry or Westbrook,
Yeah, it definitely would be. But you never really know.
But I do want to emphasize the reason why they did do this is because there's nobody in the East anymore.
Yeah,
everybody's gone to the West, so they have to do this. Because if they don't, then the West would just dominate the East.
It's probably only maybe a handful of All-Stars in the East.
Yeah, because you have LeBron James, you have Kyrie, you have Hayward, John Wall, maybe Bill. Well,
Kemba Walker.
Yeah.
Dwight Howard. That's literally it.
And are those even if they were in the West, would they even be on the All-Star team?
I think Kyrie would. LeBron.
Oh yeah.
would.
No, but I'm saying like Kemba and Howard and those players.
Well, Howard was he? No, recently he hasn't been in an All-Star game.
Oh, he's been pretty
crap.
average.
Or crap. But yeah, you never really know. But moving on. Playoffs. There might be what is it?
A 16-seed playoff format instead of the typical 8-seed West, 8-seed East.
Yeah, so this might be a long playoff, guys.
And the reason why this is interesting because now let's say the 3 best teams are, or let's say just for assumption, the 4 best teams
the games be shorter?
No. It would just be, it's like now it'll be interconference playoffs before the finals. So if the 4 best teams are from the West, the 4 best teams aren't going to be playing each other in like the first 2 rounds,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so instead of the Cavaliers going up against a Dookie 38 and 44 team, right? They're going to be going up against they might go up against a Western Conference team depending on how everything plays out. But no matter what, it's no guarantee the Cavaliers are going to make it to the finals now if this actually happens, which could be interesting because this is a way to shake it up. It
won't be like a continuous Cavaliers and Warriors every single year.
Yeah.
So this definitely helps out the NBA.
And as weird as this might be,
it helps out other players too.
If they actually do go with this, there might be 2 Western Conference teams in the finals.
That would be dope.
Yeah.
Western teams going against each other in the finals would be dope.
But then but then the question is, at that point, what's the point of having 2 conferences too? That's the only thing this would break, because if it gets to that point, the only reason for conferences is just for how they would schedule the games. And then the actual conferences itself wouldn't mean anything. Because then the All-Star game, they got rid of conferences. And now the playoffs, it really doesn't matter, so...
Yeah, but think about it. OKC versus
I
Warriors.
completely agree. Or San Antonio. Because they've been consistently good. They just haven't been able to get past the Warriors. But what if they don't have to now?
What if they just meet them straight at the final? That'd be pretty dope.
And don't forget, even though they got swept, if they had Kawhi Leonard, that series would be completely different from last year. So
yeah, it would.
So we talked about some NHL. Alex Ovechkin is killing it. We talked about some NBA, of course,
the
Roger.
NBA mix up.
And let's get into some baseball since we're diversifying it. I just wanted to give update on the postseason. First and foremost, the Indians somehow lost to the Yankees. This is the 4th time now they've lost 3 straight games when they could have clinched a series. This is the 2nd straight year they've lost 3 straight games. Last year was the World Series. Mm-hmm. They've lost 3 straight games, and it's just, what is going on? Because they had a 3-1 lead against the Cubs, gave that up, and now they had a 2-0 lead against the Yankees and gave that up. And yeah, it's not looking positive for the Indians, even though they're having amazing records. And another thing is, if you win 20+ games straight in the regular season, you're just guaranteed to lose in the first round of the playoffs. Because the last team to do that was the Oakland Athletics. Who did they lose to the first round of the playoffs? The Yankees. So we have them. We have the Nationals. They lost to the Cubs in 5 games, and this was a famous 5th game that lasted basically the entire night. And the reason why this is important, this is the 5th time since 2012 they've lost in the playoffs in the first round, and they have not gotten out of the first round since 2012. And many people are saying they're cursed whatsoever because they've been the most talented in terms of winning games over this time span. So that's disappointing. But I do want to point this out. Their pitcher Schwartzberg, he is now incredible in the postseason. He's averaging a 47 ERA, earns given up, bro. Mm-hmm. So he's giving up on average half a point every single game he starts. So it's when you need a postseason pitcher, he's the man.
He's the man to go to.
For this series, he had 19 Ks, which is impressive. It's just too bad that they lost because the Washington Nationals pitching was amazing this series. They just had no hitting. And then we have the Houston Astros, where right now currently they're leading the Yankees 2-0 in their championship league, and then the Dodgers are leading the Cubs 1-0 in their series, and they're currently playing right now, so we're not going to know how that turns up. But hopefully we get a Houston Dodgers matchup. That would be 2 100+ win teams, and that would be interesting to say the least. So, yeah, so. Sorry, guys, I have a little bit of a cough, so. Sorry. No. It's good, bro. It's good. I'm just caught up on the Indians. They're very much the Atlanta Falcons of the NBA, of the MLB right now, because they
what a guy, right? The Atlanta Falcons of the NBA.
Screw off, bro. No, but the NFL, because they get these massive leads, and for some reason, they just break down. And it's just... Do you think that's a mental thing, or...
I feel like it could be a mental thing, but it also could be a physique thing, People get tired. Either that or, like, you have the mental thing of, oh, we're already winning.
Yeah, they give
and
up
put
the
like they third string people, the people that actually hasn't played or people that barely play or whatever, and then it's like, all right, oh shoot, at the last moment, it's like, oh shoot, they're coming back, or oh shoot, we're losing. So I mean, it probably is a mental thing, but it also could be them trying to like rest their players or something. So you never really know.
And baseball, more than any sport, is very well. Baseball and
It's iffy. You never really know. Like, somebody could like one team can have like 9 scores, but out of nowhere, the next team can like just hit straight home runs or like you can definitely get lucky out of.
Or if you get like back-to-back pitchers like the Cubs did, who are really hot, no matter how good your offense is, you're screwed. So,
so it's like you never really know.
Yeah, so we just wanted to keep you guys up to date on that. Oh, and by the way, the Houston Astros new acquired pitcher Justin Verlander, who came from the Detroit Tigers, he is killing it this postseason. And okay, so now his last start he recorded 10 plus Ks, which is the 7th time in his postseason career he's recorded a game with 10 plus Ks. The reason why that's important, he is now 2 games more than any other pitcher in history with 10 plus K games. So when he gets on the mound in the postseason, he's clutch. He's another Strasburg, but he has more experience because his teams actually go deeper. But if the Astros and the Dodgers actually make it, that can be an all-time series just because both teams have dynamite pitchers, but they also have hitters too. So we'll see how that plays out. And like we said, if you go back in history, baseball with the MLB, it's when it comes to the postseason, it doesn't matter what your regular season record was, it's all up in the air. But okay, now, bro, I want to go to some NFL because, well, we haven't been talking about that much lately. Well, for this episode. So first off, we're going to talk about some standouts, and then we're going to go to some college. But right now, some standouts from last week, Monday Night Football, since we weren't able to get up to record for that. Julius Pepper, 150 plus sacks now. He's the 5th player to record 150 plus sacks, which is impressive considering how it feels like he's been in the league forever now.
Right.
And he's been going back and forth between teams. He was
like
for Chicago. Then he went to Green Bay, and he's found his way back with the Panthers, and he's still killing it.
He ain't loyal.
Okay, this is a business. Leonard Fournette, the rookie running back for the Jacksonville Jaguars, bro. Yet again, he has another 75-plus yard rushing touchdown, and now he has 6 straight games with a touchdown of some kind. And the reason this is important, he's just the 2nd rookie, period, to ever do that with, 6 straight games with.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so, and the crazy part, bro, this dude on a scoring touchdown, fastest running back yet for the season. Yeah. Well, last week when he had the 90-plus yard touchdown, he hit 23 miles.
Oh, well then.
And he's not known for this. He's known very Adrian Peterson-like, where he's going to run you over rather than outrun
you.
Yeah, so he did get injured. Supposedly he messed up an ankle, so we're going to see how that is. Of course, he's having the type of year he is, and he gets injured, which we're going to talk about that later in the episode. Bro, what's going on with all these injuries for the NFL?
Yeah, that is some serious bull. Like, you guys seriously need to take care of your body. Like, you're getting paid to do this. Why not take it serious?
Well, we should point out, football, of all the sports, you're most likely to get injured. But it seems like this year more than any years.
You got Odell. You got Martin. You got a whole bunch of people. Like, what's going on?
It's just, that's
people just got injured today.
Yeah. But to continue, Deshaun Watson, the rookie phenom, he now owns the record for most passing touchdowns first 6 games of an NFL career. He threw another 3 touchdowns against Cleveland, which is not impressive. Cleveland.
Not impressive, but it is impressive.
Yeah.
That
No, and he has 15 for the year, which is like, man. And,
already?
And the thing is, too, Cleveland traded their pick to Houston. So if they never traded it, they could have got Deshaun. And it's just,
There's must a lot be of teams that mess up.
Yeah, He's looking better than Robert Griffin III was looking at this point in his career, and hopefully he doesn't get injured and the same crap happens. But
that's knock on wood. There's no wood near us, so we can't do it. But
yo, talk about Robert Griffin, bro. What happened to him?
He's the Kemba Walker of the NFL. Kemba, if you don't know who Kemba Walker is, he's a person who only scored 1 point out of a whole game.
Kimbo Walker?
No, not Kimbo.
Who's that?
Literally, he's a number 1 pick overall player who went to Charlotte.
Oh,
I think he played with Kobe too. He was literally that 1 point that Kobe had.
So he's like that one Cleveland player that Bennett. You know about Bennett, where they drafted him number 1 overall and he didn't even start, or he started like a couple games and.
Yeah, he's like that. Like,
God dang.
He was a okay rebounder, but when it came to scoring.
Okay, but that's disrespectful to Robert Griffin, because Robert Griffin was a stud his first year. It just injuries messed. I would say he's more so a Derrick Rose.
No, because Derrick Rose is still playing constant minutes.
Okay, but Derrick Rose is still getting injured, bro.
And every injury he comes back and play a whole different lifestyle, a whole different play style, and still dominates.
Okay, we're gonna find a better comparison. Either way, not good.
He's the Brandon Roy.
No, that is perfect. Oh my God.
He's the Brandon Roy.
And just like Brandon Roy, he rushed back from a knee injury he should not have rushed back from. And not only is he physically nothing like he used to be, that mentally messed him up.
Exactly.
Perfect. Yes. Yeah. Wow.
He said, wow.
He really is the Brandon Roy of the NFL. Just look at it. Talent, the career projection. Wow. Type of injury. Okay, we're going to move on from that depressing note. Okay, last but not least for this NFL standout section, we want to point out Adrian Peterson. Because for the Saints, he didn't do crap.
Jack.
Now, as Danielle mentioned earlier while we were eating dinner,
he wasn't supposed to go there in the first place.
Yeah, heavy pass offense.
Hello.
And when they do run, it's running back by committee.
Yeah, and it's 9 out of 10. I'm a Saints fan, so our running backs is like powerhouses. They're big. They don't run fast, but they'll run through you.
And Adrian is very diverse.
Yeah, and I don't think truthfully, I just don't think he was supposed to come. Like, Drew Brees of course, he's Drew Brees. He's an amazing quarterback.
And don't forget the running backs, too. They have to be able to catch the ball. And Adrian Peterson isn't known for his receiving yards. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I feel like he wasn't supposed to. But in that downfall, he recently just got traded to
Arizona.
Arizona, and he actually played really good today.
Yes, he had 134 rushing yards and 2 rushing touchdowns, which is a coming out party, and hopefully he's able to keep this up because it would be not only a great trade for Arizona, and another thing too, this helps out Arizona because now defenses, they can't do one of two things. They either have to load the box, which means Larry Fitzgerald and Carson Palmer will have some openness.
Yep.
Or if people want to double team the wide receivers, now Adrian Peterson has more room. And
Exactly.
So this is...
It works out 50-50 for the Cardinals.
Yes, for everybody. So that's good. We're big fans of Adrian Peterson because he is a great running back. And come on, when you tear your ACL in the very next year, you come out and put up 2,000 plus yards. How can you not respect that?
Exactly.
And so he
took his time, not like RG3.
Yeah, and he that's also too, bro. That's just you can't describe what that man did.
Yeah.
But to finish off, he now has 99 total rushing touchdowns, which is 9th all time, tied with Barry Sanders. So as long as everything goes according to plan, he should bare minimum get another 5-6. So he's going to slowly move up that list. We'll keep you up to date, of course. Of all these standouts, who do you guys think had the best performance of the NFL? Was it well, not because that was last week, but was it Leonard Fournette, Deshaun Watson, Adrian Peterson for the comeback? Was it somebody we didn't name? Let us know. But as you guys think about that, we're going to move to college football, and we're going to talk about some upsets. Because this week, not one ranked team faced another ranked team. So it was all ranked teams against unranked teams. And boy, bro, there was quite a bit of upsets. And I want to go from the list from bottom to top. Auburn, top 10, lost to LSU. Then Washington State lost to California. Washington lost to Arizona State. And Clemson, yes, the big bad Clemson. Everybody was saying better than Alabama. Not so much. They lost to Syracuse.
To Syracuse. Let's be real here, guys. Syracuse, Clemson, Syracuse.
Yeah, and I just want to point out before we go into the details, this is the first week in a while where 4 top-ranked teams lost to unranked teams, and this is the first time ever 2 top-ranked 10 teams lost to 2 unranked teams in one day on Friday. So, and those 2 teams that lost on Friday was Clemson and Washington State, and that was just Friday was a hot mess, and then Saturday wasn't that much better. Now, the Auburn upset is massive. Even though it was on the road, they had a 20-point lead.
Wait, who? Washington?
No, Auburn against LSU.
Oh,
yeah.
Say.
They were leading 20-0 with a couple minutes left in. Well, yeah. No, I was going to say a couple minutes left in the second quarter, and their second half offense was terrible. So that's why that is so bad. Since 2014, a top 10 team leading by 20-plus points was 182-0. So that's why that's bad. 182-0. And it feels like every week now there is a massive upset with a team leading by 14-plus points and they just give it up. Last week it was Oklahoma. This week is freaking Auburn. Get your crap together.
Get it together.
Now we're going to Washington State. This loss was bad because they lost, bro, 3-37 to an
unranked team. Like, what was you guys doing?
All these other teams, they lost by a couple points. So even though it's inexcusable, it's acceptable in a sense.
Unranked teams have every moment to prove them wrong, to prove other people wrong.
So when you lose by a couple points, that's okay.
It's okay. But if you lose
by 30 plus,
by this, an unranked team is officially ranked somehow. You guys, you just can't do that.
And it's not like California was looking good this year either. And the thing that pisses me off, 2 weeks after they beat USC, they do this crap. It's like, come on, man, come on. And we're going to finish with Washington and Clemson. Washington, they lost to Arizona State. The reason why this is surprising, coming into the game, they were averaging 40-plus points per game. They score 7. I watched that game. It was late, and I wasn't really watching. I was flipping back and forth because the game was offense was terrible. Yeah, and then the Clemson game, wow, 2 things. Clemson's rookie quarterback, he got injured at the end of the first half, so he didn't play the second half, so that might contribute to the loss. But another thing, there's this wide receiver for Syracuse, bro. He is a stud. He's leading the FBS in receptions and receiving yards. And man, I didn't write his name down, but if you look up, he's the only wide receiver on the team who has over 60 receptions and over 600 receiving yards. It's incredible, bro. It's incredible. But
next time we got to get his name.
Yeah, but like Danielle emphasized before, Syracuse. They have not been good in a while. And to emphasize how long it's been, the last time Clemson lost to Syracuse, Donovan McNabb was their quarterback.
Exactly.
1996.
And we know how old this guy is. Donovan McNabb, are you serious?
So, yeah, that's some stats for you. Now we're going to switch back to the NFL, and we just wanted to point out some key things, some key games. Tom Brady, sadly, now owns the NFL record for most regular season wins.
I mean, but we all knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, because the Patriots win 12 to 14 games every year, no matter what. So, yeah. And
did they win this week?
Yeah, they were down 14 points against the Jets.
Oh, yeah, that is right. That is right. And then it came back.
Yeah, so.
Sorry, Jets. You suck.
They do suck, yet somehow they're still 500 at 3-3.
Right.
But
somehow.
I wanted to pay respect to Tom Brady because no matter, even though it's a team game, like 187 longevity, it just
You got to pay his respect.
yeah.
To him being the great.
Oh, and by the way, bro,
Go.
the Bills did not play, so that's
They
why.
had a bye week. Okay.
Yeah, they. So because I didn't want make us look like dumbasses, but that's
Because us not paying attention.
yeah.
And we're
But that's
in Buffalo.
that's the Bills, but
Right.
hopefully we win next week. But
This is the Bills we're talking about once again, though. So,
yeah, I want to go back to the Thursday night game. Philly beat Carolina, and this is impressive. They're 5-1.
who?
Philadelphia Eagles, bro. And
Who's the quarterback?
Wentz. Carson Wentz, the second year from some FCS school. He is looking good. He's the guy where going into the season, he never passed for more than 2 touchdowns in a game, and he had back-to-back games with 3. So I was watching the NFL Network, and they were saying Philadelphia is the most underrated team for the record and what they're doing. And if you watch that game, their defense is always flying to the ball. They know how to run the ball, and Wentz is looking like a future Hall of Famer, not to go to assume, but he is looking really good. Everybody around him is playing well, and it's beautiful to watch. And who would have predicted Philly? I wouldn't have to be 5-1 right now.
Definitely not.
And they might win the division. So,
Oh, yeah. Let's also not forget. What team is it? The Chiefs?
oh yeah, the Chiefs just
They
lost.
just lost, guys.
So that's their first loss. And I want to point this out. For me, this isn't surprising because even though the Chiefs were on a roll and the Steelers got their butts whooped last week against Jacksonville, for some reason the Steelers have the Chiefs' number. I can't remember. It's something like 7 or 8 straight games now the Chiefs have lost to the Steelers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It was something crazy like that. So for some reason, no matter how
They
bad,
just can't beat the Steelers.
yeah. So that was actually a really good game. It was 19-13, right?
Oh, yeah. The last
Yeah.
the turnover or
No, the
was it-
score. Yeah, it was 19.
They just scored.
Yeah. So
So
that was a good game, especially because the Chiefs' first half offense was terrible, and they picked it up in the second half, and they could have won the game, but they didn't. But that was a good game. By the way, since you brought that up, bro, who's the running back
for who?
for Pittsburgh? God, I'm feeling like okay. Just say some stuff, bro.
But yeah, did you what was that catch you was talking about?
That's gonna be for college. I'll bring that up. But
No, the winning catch.
For the Steelers, how he grabbed it out,
grabbed it with one hand over somebody and
then
that
brought
was
it in,
one hand, like gripped it, not catch, fumble, no, gripped it,
and then brought it in and ran for a touchdown.
That was spectacular. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown did that. He did much more than that, but that so I have it right here, bro. Le'Veon Ball, that's it. Le'Veon Ball. He ran for over 175 rush yards, his first big game of the season, and it couldn't have come at a better time. While Antonio Brown had over 150 receiving yards, and a good portion of that came from the play that Danielle was talking about. It was like double coverage, one hand. He cuts back in.
His defender.
Yeah, cuts back in and then runs for a touchdown. That was just beautiful. You have to respect those type of plays. So yeah, we wanted to point those things out.
It was a masterpiece.
I do want to say this. Alex Smith is still having a great year. 19 for 34, nearly 250 passing yards, 1 passing touchdown, no interceptions still, which means he has 12 passing touchdowns to no interceptions. So that's 6 games in and no interceptions. No matter what, that is what you want from a quarterback. He's still having an MVP year. And
I mean, I'm pretty sure the 49ers is regretting it. That's all I can say.
okay, but honestly, I think he's happy too because even if he was on that team, the 49ers stink.
I mean, hey.
Yeah, but
they could have been good with him. Never know.
Yeah, they've messed up a lot of things.
They definitely did. And then I'm not going to even go there.
Well, I will say this: Harbaugh is in Michigan, and he's doing a great job. So I get everybody's happy, but the 49ers.
Exactly.
Oh, and one more thing before we move on. This is some random fact I popped up on. The Steelers are the only team to win 7 games now against teams that are 5-0 or better in the regular season. So for
you go against you're undefeated and you go against the Steelers.
Yes.
Expect
to
a L.
lose. Yes. Great job, bro. Great job. Did any other games really stick out to you for this week? The Giants and the Broncos. Oh, holy crap!
They're playing right now, aren't they?
See, this is what I don't understand. The Giants are 0-5. They lost their 2 best wide receivers, and they're in Denver dusting the Broncos.
Right now, guys, as we speak, it is 20-3.
Yeah, so
20-3. By the way, they don't have Odell, and they don't have Marshall. So
they have
how are they doing this? I have no clue. Maybe,
and we're not watching, so we have no freaking clue anyways.
So maybe they was their weakness. You never really know.
Oh, let's not forget about Matt Ryan, bro. What was that? What was that stat I came up with? For Matt Ryan, he is like 5 games with a 17-point lead. Okay, the reason why I'm pointing this up, Atlanta, for the second time at home, lost. And they lost to Miami. And the thing that's so fascinating about this, they had a 17-point lead and gave it up. And as I was trying to make the comparison of the Indians in Atlanta, for some reason, Atlanta cannot get their crap together when they have a major lead. They just say, screw it. This is
about this.
Yeah. Yeah.
We definitely was.
Yeah, this is the 5th time since 2008 that Matt Ryan has had a 17-plus point lead and has given it up. And in football terms, that's like having a 20-plus point lead and giving it up. It should not happen. It's almost hard to imagine. And this is going back. We thought Atlanta has changed their ways since their Super Bowl loss. Obviously, they haven't. And if they keep this up, don't ever expect them to win. So, talk about NFL teams that are jinxed to not win the Super Bowl. They're definitely one.
That's one right there.
Yes. Okay. So we're going to come back to football, but right now we're going to go back to college, and I want to talk about a couple standouts. First off, I want to talk about Ohio State because after that Oklahoma loss, everybody was saying they're done. Their offense has been looking amazing, and they just beat Nebraska. They beat them 56-14, and this is important because back-to-back years now, they've won by over 40 points. And over the past 2 years, they've won 118-17 total. 118-17. So in the past 2 years, they've won by over 100 points, or on average 50 points per game. So
that's crazy.
Ohio State's awesome, and Nebraska is crap right now. Do you
That's a good way to put it.
And the reason why I point that out was specifically JT Barrett. He is on fire now. Ever since the whole Oklahoma thing, he now has 20 touchdowns. He's responsible for 20 touchdowns and 0 turnovers. Zero. So that's interceptions and fumbles. And this crazy. Game alone, he had 5 passing, 2 rushing. And this is the second time he's had 7 total touchdowns in the game. The third time he's had 6. And that's important because no other Ohio State player has had 2 combined.
Dang.
2 combined in the history of Ohio State. He has 3 of them. So when he's hot, no quarterback is better, both passing and rushing. And he's a dual threat. So hopefully we could have something similar to 2014 where they go on this run. We beat Alabama and we win the national championship. Ohio State fan. Now, as we were just mind-boggled last week about, you remember that Arizona player, quarterback, Khalil Tate, where he had the 300 rushing yards?
Yeah.
Bro, he's at it again. He had over 200.
Again.
Over 200. Let this sink in. A quarterback has over 500 rushing yards.
Who is this guy, Michael Vick?
Bro, he at least rushing, he's playing better than Michael Vick. He is playing better. And he's the first quarterback since 1997 to do this. So, 20 years. 2 decades.
2 decades.
And the other quarterback who did this, I believe, was not from a Power 5 conference too. So he's in a Power 5 conference, so that makes this even that more impressive. Correct me if I'm wrong, of course. And of course, Miami University Hurricanes. Now, this is the catch I was talking about. I showed, because I watched this. I have to. The past 2 weeks have been amazing. This is old U football. And they came back, fourth quarter. They were down by double digits, and they beat Georgia Tech. And my bro, can you please describe the catch?
Oof. Let's describe this catch. He's falling, guys. He's falling.
The ball technically hits the defender.
Hits the defender's hand. He's like, oh, no. It's doing this, bros and females. It's doing this.
It's about to hit.
Oh,
and he tips it, and
tips
then
it one more time, and catches it before he falls.
while falling back.
Oh, this is in midair, guys. Just to let you know, one hand tips it again. Oh my God! Yes.
On 4th and 10 too.
4th and 10.
That was the incredible part.
How many yards did he get off of that?
It was a 20+ yard reception.
Come on.
But the thing is, this isn't like any regular play. Oh, he drops it, no big deal. No, if he drops this, they lose the game.
They lose the game.
And this is the same wide receiver who I showed you last week who caught that pass to win the game against Florida State on the final seconds. So he doesn't get that many touches over the course of a game, but man,
he gets the important ones.
He is clutch. It's just goddamn. He won. Oh my.
Oh no.
If you're a Miami University fan, yo, Hurricanes are just. It feels like the 1990s and 80s all over again. It feels good. And the best part, too, it was raining. And they were Miami was playing their best football while it was raining. So let's go.
While it was raining. So they mean that they used to that weather, baby.
Yeah.
They used to it.
Now, any that's all I really want to point out. Alabama, they were looking dominant like always. They're obviously the best team. Georgia, by the way, just lit up Arkansas's defense. They put up nearly 700 total yards, which is a SEC record for them. That's the most yards they've ever piled up in a game in SEC play. So that's impressive right there. Now, TCU won. They won dominantly. They're looking good. Wisconsin won, but 17-9. But they still won. That's all that counts. Oklahoma beat Texas. So, yeah.
What was the score?
29-24. And Texas did come back. And Texas has been bad for a while now. They're the Big 12 of Florida. They're the Florida of the Big 12. So, USC came back against Utah, won 28-7.
Clutch.
And they won by stopping a 2-point conversion. So if they didn't stop that, they would have lost. So USC and Miami are coming clutch late. They've showed so far they play their best football in the fourth quarter. Oklahoma State piling up the yards, 59-16. Michigan barely beat Indiana. Yo, just before we move on, South Florida, they won 33-3. And this is important because now they own the NCAA record for most consecutive games with 30-plus points. And they're undefeated. So, wow. They're looking good. Nobody's talking about them, but the teams from Florida, besides Florida themselves, is actually looking good this year. And Michigan State is looking like a potential...
What? You right over there?
Maybe I messed this up.
What do you mean?
I think I got I think I messed up South Florida and Central Florida.
Oh, spaghetti. Oh.
Yeah, guys, my bad about that. Either way, the teams from Florida, besides Florida, are looking good. Because Central Florida, I think, is the team with the consecutive 30-plus points. My bad. But they put up 60-plus points, so the state of Florida can be proud and happy. But now, bro, do you want to move on to the final stretch with the NFL? And this is where Danielle wants to point out what's going on with the injuries.
Yeah, these injuries is not small, guys. These are big injuries. Like, I'm not going to say career-ending, but it's definitely some serious injuries. As for them being out for the whole season. All right, guys. Counting the injury that counted today,
Yeah, which Aaron Rodgers, right?
which is Aaron Rodgers, guys.
Yeah.
Someone who was doing great this season is now out this season.
And it's his collarbone.
It's
and
his collarbone.
this is the second time he's broken his collarbone, even though I think this is the
This is
opposite.
the opposite side. So
Yes.
it's both of them, guys.
Yeah.
Both of them.
And the thing that's so sad about this for Aaron Rodgers is he might be the most gifted quarterback to ever play the position in terms of he piles up touchdowns. He doesn't make the mistakes because if you go down, he has the highest touchdown and interception ratio. And the way he's not a big player, yet he's
fluid.
Yeah, and he could get the ball to any part of the field, even though he doesn't have the size. But the biggest problem with him is staying on the field.
But isn't that a problem with every player?
Yeah,
Most
but
players, not every player.
yeah. But when it comes to quarterback, bro, what allowed Brett Favre, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Drew Brees to pile up all these yards and amass all these stats? They stay on the field.
Yeah, they definitely.
If they're injured or they're not. Now, they've never had a major injury. Tom Brady tore his ACL 1 year. Peyton Manning had the neck. So they missed 1 year. But that was just 1 year. Now, Aaron Rodgers has been injured, like 5 out of the past 6 years? He hasn't played a full season only once in 6 years?
Yeah, it's been pretty bad.
Yeah, and like you said, bro, he was playing so well this year.
was.
The Packers were 4-1. They would be 5-1
if he kept playing.
Yeah.
They backup play. He's a confident player. You can definitely tell from his
Just
interviews.
No experience.
But he literally, I feel like he just got nervous. You never really know. But he came in and threw 3 interceptions, and that kind of cost him the game. But other than that, you never really know. You don't know if he's going to be good or not. But you just got to keep watching. But other than that, we got Odell, who's out for a fractured
Fractured
ankle.
He's guaranteed out for the rest of the year.
Him
Brandon
and
Marshall, he had some type of surgery, even though it wasn't a fractured ankle. He's out for the entire year.
Yep.
This is why we're so surprised by the Giants. How are they doing this?
Yeah, I don't know how.
Against the Denver Broncos defense, which is top 3 in basically every statistical category. It's just...
Yeah. So, I don't know, guys. What's any other big injuries this year?
Whoa, J.J. Watt?
Oh, yeah, J.J. Watt.
He's done for the year, and this is another thing. It was some interesting stat. The first 5 years, he didn't miss a single game. And another thing, too, his first 5 years, bro, in terms of sacks recorded, tackles recorded for his position, he was annihilating the competition in terms of Hall of Fame status. Like, if he kept this pace up, he would demolish the tackles for his position total stat. He would demolish the stats, the stat for total sacks. He had, what was it? He had over 80 sacks his first 5 years. First 5 years. That's over 15 sacks per season, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And twice he recorded 20 sacks. 20 sacks twice in 2 different years. But now the past 2 years, he's going to miss over 20 games, depending how long he's out for this year. And he might be out for the entire year. And then I think Houston also lost another defensive end on the opposite side of J.J. Watt. And he might be out for the year, if not out for the year.
It's a lot of big injuries, guys.
And it's just, and injuries in football, it happens.
It does.
But
This is most physical game.
But we're just surprised by the amount and especially to the talent. Because normally injuries happen to...
A lot of common players, but not the big stars.
Yes. The 2 best wide receivers for freaking Giants.
Out.
Yeah.
What?
Aaron Rodgers is out yet again. So...
And it's a huge surprise, guys.
Oh, and by the way, I was right. It was South Florida. They do have the longest winning streak now. I mean, the longest streak of 30-plus points.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I was right about that. It's just Central Florida is also doing good. So I just didn't want to look dumb for you guys. Have to do my search. I just got confused because the symbols are so similar. I was like, oh wait, did I mess up? But okay, now, and some surprises. We just wanted to just emphasize Kansas losing at home.
Yeah.
Because that's anybody who says they would have predicted that on the way these people were playing is full of crap.
Big time.
And we want to emphasize how New England keeps finding ways to win, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
Somehow, I mean, they started off bad, and then they coming out.
But bro, they're still playing bad. They should have lost last week against Tampa. Tampa misses 3 field goals, 2 within the 40.
They definitely should have lost that.
Yeah, and then this week they were down 14 in the second. By the end of the first half, so it's
just luck is on their side.
luck and some talent. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, Tom Brady.
Yeah, he's just
a god, a god amongst men.
He is, and the fact, you know what makes it worse, right? He's with a wife who makes more money than him. It's just this man is winning, no matter
either way. It's like you lose a game, he still goes home.
If you don't respect him,
happy life, like
who don't you respect? If it's just that's the life you want.
Depressed.
Yeah. But just to show some love, the Rams, they're 4-2. Their offense is looking amazing. Even though Jacksonville is 3-3, they're the complete opposite of the Jets. They're a good-looking 3-3. You know?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's always a way to look at records because this was an interesting record. We were bashing on the 49ers. The 49ers are currently winless because I believe
they didn't win yet.
Yeah, they lost to Washington today.
Oh, yeah.
This is the interesting fact. All the games they've lost this year, less by 3 points or less.
That sucks.
So this is a perfect example. You might not be what your record is, if that makes sense. Like the Giants, they probably deserve to be 0-5. Right? They're playing terrible. San Francisco is 0-5. And let me make this clear. Giants are more talented even when they're injury prone than San Francisco. But San Francisco has lost all 6 games now by 3 points or less.
So if they had a little bit more time, they probably
or some if a play went differently here and there, they could easily be 2-4, 3-3, 4-2. You know, so but that's football. So we just want to point that out. And to end this. We're going to end this on some soccer, or in other places they call it football.
Football.
Yes, and I don't like watching soccer. Daniel, who cares about soccer, right?
It's okay.
Oh, okay. I did not know this. So
yeah, it's okay.
Okay, so this is like a NHL foreignly, but for us,
I like the dribbling. Well, I would say dribbling. But I like the feet work when it comes to from an athletic perspective, they're underrated. They're running 120 feet for 90 minutes, you know? So that's is really good.
That's a combination of football and basketball with what they have to do. But the reason I wanted to talk about some football is because the United States men's soccer team lost to Trinidad and Tobago.
I heard our USA team sucks. So.
Okay, no. Okay. Our United States team sucks compared to the elites. But to show you how good and consistent we are, we've made the World Cup, which is coming up. Mm-hmm. What was it? 7 straight times. The last time we did not make it was in the 1980s. So we're good. But the reason why this is so important, we lost to Trinidad and Tobago. Hopefully I'm pronouncing the second part right. Bro, their freaking country size is smaller than New York City.
For real?
Yeah.
Whoa, never knew that.
Yes, and another thing that's bad, even if we lost, we had a 93% chance of making the World Cup because not only did we have to lose, 2 other teams, Panama and somebody else, had to win to get in.
And they won.
Yes.
Wow.
So for the first time in 7 World Cups, for the first time in, what is that, over 30 years now? Over 30 years. We are not making the World Cup because we lost to Trinidad and Tobago. And then Panama and another country also won. They had 7% likelihood of happening. It's just,
It's like a huge disappointment.
Yeah, and I don't watch soccer, but when the World Cup is on, when the Olympics are on, or when like the major European Cup, of course I watch that because it's entertaining. You have the best of the best athletes
Going against each other.
Yes.
For the big thing
Yes.
that they go after. I don't know what it's called. Is it the actual World Cup?
Well, for this, it's the World Cup.
Like, what is it called?
The World Cup.
Oh, so like their trophy is called the World Cup.
I believe so.
Okay.
But I'm probably incorrect. So let's just, to make sure to be on level ground, let's just say they're going for...
The big one.
Yes, right? And it's not like the United States ever gets far, but it's just principle, you know?
Yeah.
And a lot of people are not happy for the reason I just stated. Because it's not only we lost to this team, bro. Like, to show you how bad this is if somehow the Buffalo Bills lost to Alabama. Alabama for college is great, but they're no NFL team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's two different. It's sounding disrespectful to Trinidad, but just think about this. We're a country of 300 plus million. We're a country that's been to 7 straight. There's no excuses.
No excuses.
No excuses. But this was a long episode, but I think we like this. We felt less rushed. More information. Now, depending on the week to week, it will change.
Yeah, it won't be like this every week.
Yeah, but October is just massive, you know, because every sport is playing. So,
Boom, boom.
yeah, we have to cover everything. It's just give a little bit of everything. And as I'm not even up to some sports, Daniel isn't. So we're slowly getting into
Getting mentally into it. Like, all right,
Yeah.
guys, we're taking it slow.
yes. And as like me and Danielle can know 9 goals in 5 games for a hockey player is freaking ridiculous and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
we do
you
know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we're going to keep that up. And Danielle, do you want to finish on anything? Is there anything you want to point out? Just let's do a typical thing. Let's finish every episode. Of everything, what stands out to you the most?
I gotta like remember everything you went through. I would say. Oh, there you go. Okay, the top ranked teams losing to the unranked teams.
Oh, from college football?
Yeah, that is a huge upset.
Yeah, the 4 in the top 10.
Thought that.
And by the way, I want to emphasize that just wasn't all the ranked teams. That was just the top 10.
Yeah.
I think total ranked teams it was 6 or 7. So
Yeah, that's crazy. I would have never thought that. Definitely wouldn't have. I would at least thought more than half of them would have won. At least a top 10 ranked team.
4,
lose.
yeah, 4 of them too.
Like I never would have thought of it.
Yeah. No, I would have to agree with you, especially that Friday night. 2 top 10 teams losing one day on a Friday night. But
Yeah, it was like a curse. Wait, if you think about it, that was Friday the 13th. That it was a curse. They was like meant to lose. I'm sorry, guys. It probably was a broken glass broke near them or something.
Yeah, that would explain because Clemson was 23 point something favorites.
See,
So yeah, that was
Probably
their
was
worst
just a
loss in
curse.
40 years. So
sorry guys.
and then Washington
Played
State,
on a
they
bad day.
just
You just played on a bad day, guys. I'm sorry.
well, I was going to take that, but since he took that, I'll go with the injuries. It just back-to-back weeks. I can't remember the last time 5, 6 star players got injured.
Oh yeah.
And it could be season-ending, if not already proven to be season-ending injuries. So it's just injuries is never good. It dilutes the product. So
Yeah. Not only that, but you never really know if the injuries is something you can come back from.
yeah, because every player is different. Every injury, even though he fractured his ankle and this person fractured his ankle, the fractures could be different somehow.
Yeah,
and the
like
way
it
they
could
recover.
be a different bone to a different way. If
Yeah.
fractured, you
Yes.
never really know, guys.
So thank you guys for staying with us for this a long amount of time. The last 2 episodes we've kind of been speeding through it, and yeah, we've been on focus, but we haven't dived a little juicy with it. So.
Yeah, so just stay with us, and we'll be able to get through it.
Yeah, every episode from here is going to be at least 30 minutes, but from when there's a crap load of stuff like this, it will get to the 50s, 60s, but we hope you like it. Give us some feedback. Like I said earlier, if me or Daniel did mess up on anything, just let us know so we could correct that, but mostly we did do our research, so we should be good on that. And as Daniel likes to always say,
as I like to always say, hit the description if you want to talk to us personally. Our drinks is Facebook. We're on Facebook,
Twitter.
We're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're going through Twitch, kinda. We're working on it as we speak.
Let's say that's going to be a 2018 project.
Yeah, we're working on it. But also like, subscribe, share to your friends. Help us out to help you out.
Yeah. And we don't want that superficial stuff. We want you to actually
like us.
Yeah.
We like to communicate. So communicate with us. That's also another thing. Like, comment. If you want to talk about something that we spoke on today, come right ahead.
Yeah. We're going to start putting polls in to help have the videos more interactive with like current key parts. But start a comment thing. Get like something going, and we're going to absolutely feed into that. And like we've been saying for the past couple weeks, if there is some type of team or era of any type of sport that you want us to do a personal video on, one of the weeks where it's not that much information, we will go 20-30 minutes in on that topic. And we always write everything down, so no matter what, your voice will be heard, and we will eventually get to that at one point or another.
But yeah, like I said, you can always talk to us personally.
Yes.
All right, it's in the description.
Yeah.
But other than that, guys,
thank you. This was the 13th episode of Sports from All Angles.
13.
Which is kind of good because Friday the 13th was
pretty bad
for
certain people and certain teams.
So, coincidence? I think not.
I mean, I'm just saying 13 is my favorite number, but still.
For most people, it's unlucky.
It's unlucky.
Yeah, so this is the show where every week we give you guys an update on all the current sports, and we point out the facts and the events that stood out to us the most. And if anything stands out to you, let us know, or just point it out, and we can talk about that personally. Or if you want us to point that out on the show, we'll be happy to do that. But thank you guys, and we hope to see you next week for the 14th episode. So peace out. So, if you want to subscribe, just hit this bad boy up here, that big fat rhino. If you want the newest video, to the right. If you want the recommended, to the left. And then, of course, our personal dick pic. Yep, right below. So, thank you for joining us once again, and we hope to see you next week. So, peace out.
Peace.